It's the Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So yesterday was my Be Well fitness assessment at Stanford. And it's pretty much the same shit that I did at my physical last month. But Stanford pays me, I don't remember, $50, $100. They pay me something to get it done with them. It's even through Kaiser, which is funny because that's who I have anyway. So the other reason you do it is you get discounts for some of their classes. For example, they offer classes from time to time, fitness classes, and if you've done your Be Well fitness assessment, it's about 80% cheaper or so. And so by getting that done, now I get the better rate. So first thing they do is a blood test because that takes the longest. So they pricked my finger, but I wasn't allowed to finger my prick. And then I went and got my blood pressure taken, and it was 136/70. The reason the first number was so high was because I had just gone to the gym, and then I took the shuttle. I didn't drive, so I had to walk there from the shuttle stop. And she said, okay. See, the thing about these things is, if you're just going to make excuses and tell them things to make them not worry, that's kind of dumb. They're not going to worry. 5 minutes later, they're doing someone else's numbers. They don't remember yours anymore. You don't need to impress them, nothing. So it was almost a waste of time for me to say that, because why do I have to prove myself to them? But I guess it's human nature. But the thing is, I was telling the truth. A lot of people don't. They just say things. I don't know. We're complex beings, us people. So then they did the body fat percentage test. Mine came up 24, which means I am 56 pounds of fat, I think. That sounds about right. 57 pounds of fat. So that means, in my mind, I could probably lose about 25 pounds and be okay. But it's so funny because they don't want to get sued. So they don't just say things like, hey man, you're fat. They say things like, you're borderline. And I was on the high end of borderline. Borderline for men is 18 to 24%. Normal is 12 to 17%. And I guess 25% higher is overweight or obese or something. And it's true, you know. I eat a lot. There's no question. As long as my numbers are good, I'm not very motivated to change. Speaking of which, so then I go back. No trains. I go back to get my cholesterol and blood glucose and all that. Cholesterol's fine. It's 170 something. It's a little low, but it's good that it's low, except the reason why it's low. The good cholesterol is only 29. Usually it's around 40, and it really should be above 45. But 40 is okay. 29 is not. And so one of the things that we figured out is that I'm not doing as much cardio as I used to, because I replaced cardio time with weight training time at the gym, because I don't have time to go to the gym every day because I have 2 jobs. So when I do go, I figured I'll do like my dad and lift weights. Mistake. Not doing cardio is hurting. Now, I'm walking to a train station 2 or 3 times a week with a backpack weighing 20 pounds on for a mile each way, unless I take the bus. That's some kind of cardio, isn't it? Well, apparently it's not enough, because my good cholesterol is down to 29, and I'm sure that has everything to do with my not getting enough cardio, because it's the only thing that's changed since January. Because January cholesterol test is 4 or 6 weeks old, and January I'd only been working for about 2.5 months, so I probably was still working off the fitness I had before. So the only thing I can really say is that in December I didn't play hockey at all, practically, and the last month I've only been playing 1 game instead of 2 games because of playoffs. So maybe going back to 2 games a night on Saturdays will help, but I don't know. The problem is, that means it requires action. There's a few things I could do. I could go into work later, and that would probably be fine. I don't think Stanford cares. And then I could go to the gym every morning. But I don't really want to do that. Although it would help me get rid of my extra magazines, because I drop 2 off every time I go. And it would also, something else, it would also keep me from using my own shower, which is great, because I like using the shower at the gym. But I guess part of me just doesn't want to go to the gym more than I already do. I don't know. I think also it requires me to drive more, and I don't want to do that either, but it's kind of stupid. So I know what I have to do. I'm going to need another opinion before I do it, though. And my next cholesterol test won't come until I give blood, and they don't split your numbers up into high and low, good and bad cholesterol anyway. So what does it all mean? More of the same and hoping things will get better, which is really dumb, and that's what people do. The only difference is I will admit it. I'm not saying it's going to take a heart attack for me to change. I'm just saying that I'm going to convince myself that portion control is the way to go, and it was. That's how I lost 15 pounds. And I gained 8 of it back because I stopped using portion control. I started eating as much as I wanted again. So whose fault is that? It's nobody's fault but mine. It's a self-control issue. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.